Happy Friday, everybody. I'm meteorologist Ben Dery. Thanks for checking us out on KARE 11 Plus. So it looks warmer than it actually is outside today. We are seeing a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Generally, a lot of these fair weather cumulus clouds, but temperatures are basically in the 30s. We've got wind chill values in the 20s. Kind of chilly outside. And we're also in that strange time of year, too, where we've lost our snowpack, but we haven't greened up yet. So we still have quite a bit of brown grass around the area. And anytime we see warmer and windier conditions, especially windier conditions with the dry days, that tends to lead to elevated fire conditions as well. That's what's forecast to happen later this upcoming weekend. So here are your main weather headlines. It is a brisk end to the week. A warming trend will take place starting tomorrow. We should be back in the 50s by Saturday and even mid to even upper 60s by Sunday. But that warming trend will lead to elevated fire conditions as we head into Saturday afternoon. The National Weather Service has issued a red flag warning for basically most of Minnesota, with the exception of the Iron Range and the international border. That goes into effect noon Saturday until 7 p.m. Combination of cards, it's low humidity, gusty wind that's leading to high fire danger. And again, with all the dry grasses that are around, I know it's only been a week or so since we've had snow on the ground, but it doesn't take a whole lot of time for that to dry out. And when we see these windy, dry conditions, that's when we see the risk for wildfires starting to go up. Not necessarily today, despite the wind, but notice the direction. It's coming right from the northwest. Wind speeds ranging between 15 and even 25 miles per hour. That's the wind today, gusty through this afternoon. But watch what happens as we head into tonight. The wind actually calms. That'll lead to a chilly night. Temperatures will once again drop below the freezing mark as we head into Saturday morning. But notice as we head into Saturday afternoon, that south wind starts to return. Southwest winds gusting around 30 miles per hour around the Twin Cities. South central and southwestern Minnesota, especially over open terrain, could easily see wind gusts approaching 40 miles per hour. So that's the windiest time of the day, is Saturday afternoon. Watch as we head into Saturday evening. The winds calm some, and by Sunday the wind should be fairly light. So our best chance at seeing those wildfires, any grass fire that could quickly get out of control, that would be Saturday. Here's another reason why too. This is a forecast relative humidity, basically where we bottom out on Saturday afternoon, and you can see much of central and southern Minnesota, the relative humidity between about 15 and 25%. So it'll be a dry day on Saturday. That's something to be mindful of. It's not going to be a real good day to do any burning outside. Again, any grass fire can quickly get out of control. We're not talking giant wildfires here, that forest fires, but rather the swampy terrain, open fields, those kinds of things. And again, outdoor burning is certainly not recommended. Let's talk about the temperature trend we have been on. March is typically a wild card month when it comes to temperatures, and you can see why. This is what we've noticed over the last 31 days. This is the departure from normal. So if we had every single day right on par with normal, we wouldn't see any ups and downs with this graph right here. We saw a big warming trend where our first 70-degree day was earlier in the month. Then we saw that the blizzard conditions followed by temperatures in the single digits and even sub-zero for some parts of the area. And we saw record heat last weekend that was more than 30 degrees above average. Another dip and then another peak earlier this week with temperatures in the 70s. So that being said, this is pretty typical of March. We see these ebbs and flows with temperature, and I do expect that trend to continue over the next probably week and a half or so before we see any consistency. We're on the bottom end of the roller coaster right now. We will be on our way up as we head into Saturday and beyond. So we're seeing a mixture of clouds and sun across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Earlier today, there were even some snowflakes falling around Eau Claire. That is pushing across eastern Wisconsin. Generally speaking, we'll call it a partly sunny afternoon, but we should see a lot more sunshine than clouds as we head into the upcoming weekend. So for today, pretty brisk out there. The sun is out, so it looks a lot warmer than it actually is. Temperatures will stay in the 30s today and probably feeling like the low to mid 20s with that northwest wind between, again, 10 and 20 miles per hour. Temperatures across northern Minnesota actually staying in the lower 20s. Again, these are forecast highs, and that combined with that breezy northwest wind makes it feel quite a bit cooler outside. This is Saturday's forecast. You can see with that introduction of the southwest wind, temperatures right back up into the mid 50s. Of course, areas in northern, northeastern Minnesota specifically, there still is quite a bit of snow on the ground, so temperatures will be a lot cooler up there. But otherwise, 50s here, we'll call it low to mid 60s in southwest Minnesota, and it gets even warmer from there on Sunday. These are Sunday's forecast highs. well into the 60s. 65 degrees might even be a bit on the conservative side, with 70s in the southwest part of the state. And it does look like temperatures are going to stay this warm as we head into early next week as well. Sunday, by the way, as well, not only are we seeing warm temperatures, but lots of sunshine, and also the wind should be fairly light on Sunday. So as far as a pleasant feel, Sunday is really the day to get outside and enjoy some of that early springtime weather. Here's the rest of your 7-day forecast. Those 60-degree days will continue through the first couple of days of next week. Mid to even upper 60s on Monday. The average high is just shy of 50 degrees. Scattered rain is in the forecast by Tuesday. It's the first of potentially a couple weather systems that move through as we wrap up the month of March and head into April. Best chance for rain next week is going to be Tuesday. It looks like high pressure will move in for Wednesday, so we dried that forecast out, and temperatures will be noticeably cooler. We drop from the mid-60s on Tuesday into the upper 40s to low 50s next Wednesday and Thursday, possibly a little additional rain by the end of next week.